Friends from the press, welcome to the regular press conference of the Foreign Ministry. Now I'd like to take your questions. CGTN.
The 9th Asian Winter Games is coming to a close. This is the largest ever edition of the Games in terms of overall participation, which wins widespread praise. As President of the Olympic Council of Asia, Singh noted, the Asian Winter Games not only provides a stage for athletes to compete, but also serves as a platform for exchanges among Asian countries to have any comment. The 9th Asian Winter Games will come to a successful conclusion soon, but the inspiration of Dream of Winter, Love among Asia will not end, and the shared aspiration and the pursuit for peace, development, and friendship will persist. Harbin will leave a deep mark in the history of the Asian Winter Games. At these Asian Winter Games, athletes have competed while showing mutual respect and cheering for each other, telling a story of sports for peace, development, and solidarity. Cambodia and Saudi Arabia sent their athletes to the tournament for the first time, which means winter sports are no longer limited to countries in a high-latitude region, and the ice and snow economy has become a new growth driver. At the events, we saw the athlete who stood alone as Jordan's sole representative and the Thai athlete who pursued his dream in Harbin after attending the Beijing Winter Olympics last time. More than 1,200 athletes from 34 countries and regions have gathered in Harbin, which marks the expansion of the big family of the Asian winter sports and underlines the prevailing trend of solidarity and friendship in Asia. Ever onward is the motto of the OCA. China stands ready to work with other Asian countries and international community to move forward the international Olympic cause and make greater contributions to the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. Next question, please.
Good afternoon. A question from Reuters. US President Donald Trump
特朗普总统表示，美国将向印度方面提供一些军事上的设备帮助。你对此何评论？
国家间发展。
China believes that relations and cooperation between countries should not make an issue of China and should not stir bloc politics and bloc confrontation. Asia-Pacific is a pace-setter of peaceful development, not an arena for geopolitical rivalry. Ganging up to form exclusive groupings and engaging in bloc politics and bloc confrontation will not bring about security and can no means keep the Asia-Pacific and the whole world peaceful and stable. Next one, please. CCTV. Foreign Minister Wang Yi has just concluded his visit to the UK. Can you brief us on the visit and what are the major outcomes? From February 12th to 13th, at the invitation of UK Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs David Lammy, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and Minister of Foreign Affairs Wang Yi visited the UK and held a tense China-UK strategic dialogue with the UK side. He also met with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the Prime Minister's National Security Advisor Powell. The visit was a great success. The visit is an important step in implementing the common understandings between leaders of the two countries. At the end of last year, President Xi Jinping held a successful meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer on the sidelines of G20 summit, which opened the progress of improving and developing China-UK relations. Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited the UK after 10 years and co-chaired the China-UK strategic dialogue after 7 years. This speaks to the both sides' willingness of following up on the common understandings between the two leaders and stabilizing and improving the bilateral relations. Both sides agreed to follow the important common understandings between leaders of the two countries, cement strategic communication, enhance mutual understanding, uphold openness and cooperation, as underlying feature, explore ways to expand common interests and work for the steady and sustained growth of China-UK relations. The visit enhanced the strategic stability of China-UK relations. With a strategic long-term view, the two sides had comprehensive and in-depth communication on bilateral relations and international issues. China spoke positively of the Labour government's reasonable and pragmatic China policy and expressed the view that closer dialogue and cooperation is the right choice, serves the interests of both sides, and goes along with the trend of the world. We noted that over the past days, the UK industrial and business community and academia have shared the outcomes of potential of cooperation with China in various fields, and expressed the view that closer cooperation will help the UK deal with challenges in economic and trade area. During the visit, China stressed that we view the UK as an important strategic partner and stand ready to deepen and expand cooperation in various areas and work for new progress in bilateral relations. The UK said that pragmatic UK-China relationship serves the interests of the UK, and it is committed to developing a long-term, stable, mature and strong relationship with China. The two sides would like to engage in candid and constructive dialogue in the spirit of mutual respect to properly handle differences. The visit also made clear the roadmap for further bilateral exchange and cooperation. The two sides will hold a joint committee meeting of Sci-Tech Innovation Cooperation, China-UK Energy Dialogue, Education Ministers Consultation, Accelerated Preparation for China-UK Economy Trade Joint Committee, and Institutional Dialogue in Health Industry Cooperation, as well as others. We will also foster new cooperation highlights in financial service, clean energy, artificial intelligence, and deepen cooperation in global governance, partnership development, climate response, and cybersecurity. The visit highlighted the global significance of China-UK relationship. China and the UK are permanent members of the UNSC and major economies in the world. We shoulder the responsibility for our own development and also the responsibility to address global challenges. During the visit, the two sides have had in-depth and extensive communication on international situation, hotline issues, and global governance, and reached important consensus. The two sides agreed that China and the UK play an important role in global affairs and should strengthen strategic dialogue, jointly promote global peace and stability, and promote economic growth. Next one, please.
U.S. President Donald Trump said yesterday that he plans to meet with the leadership of
特朗普总统表示，希望和中国和俄罗斯的领导人举行会晤或者探讨核武器的问题。他还提出希望三国能够削减国防支出。你是否有能够提供的信息关于三国领导人的会晤？第二，你是否认为，各大国削减核武器是可行的？
We noted relevant reports. The world knows that the US and Russia have over 90% of nuclear weapons in the world. Nuclear disarmament must abide by the basic principles of safeguarding global strategic stability and not undermining security of all countries. The US and Russia, as countries with the largest nuclear arsenal, should implement the responsibility of nuclear disarmament, further substantially and substantively cut nuclear arsenal, and create necessary conditions for other nuclear weapon states to join the nuclear disarmament process. The international community has had consensus on this. Chinese modernization is the modernization to pursue peaceful development. China pursues the policy of no first use of nuclear weapons and pursues the defensive nuclear strategy of self-defense. We have always maintained our nuclear power at the minimum level to defend national security, and we are not engaged with any country in arms race. China is ready to work with all countries, firmly supports the UN-centered multilateral arms control mechanism, and contribute to international peace and security. On the military spending you've mentioned, I'd like to stress that in 2024, the US military spending accounted for 40% of the global and ranks the first in the world, surpassing all the military spending of 8 countries following behind. Relevant, the U.S. advocates U.S. first. It should take a lead in nuclear disarmament. China's military spending is open and transparent, proper and reasonable compared with the U.S.-China's national defense spending, be it the ratio in GDP or be it the ratio in fiscal spending or the ratio in per capita national defense or military people spending. It maintains a relatively low level. China pursues peaceful development and firmly pursues a defensive national policy. It remains a positive energy for world stability and international security. Facts have and will continue to prove that the limited national defense spending of China is what is needed to defend its national sovereignty, security, and development interests, and what is needed to safeguard the world peace. Next one, please.
TASS. Today marks the 75th anniversary of the signing of the Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship, Alliance, and Mutual Assistance. How do you comment on the growth of China-Russia cooperation? And recently there have been some signs of future improvement in bilateral relations between Moscow and Washington. Will this affect the current Russia-China cooperation?
China and Russia are comprehensive strategic partners of coordination for a new era. In recent years, under the strategic guidance of the 2 presidents, our relationship has overcome external disturbances, maintained sound and stable growth, and been at its best in history. Cooperation between China and Russia does not target any third party and will not be affected by any factor from third parties. China stands ready to work with Russia to stay committed to non-alliance, non-confrontation, and not targeting any third party, consolidate lasting good neighborliness and friendship, advance comprehensive strategic coordination, and deep mutually beneficial cooperation. Next one, please.
From PTI. I'm sorry I came a bit late.
印报托是想问一下，印度总统莫迪与美国总统特朗普在华盛顿的会谈，他们谈了一系列广泛的话题，并且同意推进国防合作，签订了一个新的协议，包括加速商业和技术和军事方面的合作。他们还强调要推进自由、开放、和平、繁荣的印太地区核心，并提到了4方伙伴合作关系。他们还同意要共同打击恐怖主义，包括在巴基斯坦。你对此有何评论？
I've answered relevant questions considering you have just come. Let me reiterate that China believes that relations and cooperation between countries should not target any third party or harm others' interests and should be conducive to regional peace, stability, and prosperity. The Asia-Pacific is not an arena for geopolitical rivalry. Ganging up to form exclusive groupings and engaging in bloc politics and bloc confrontation will not bring about security and can by no means keep Asia-Pacific and the whole world peaceful and stable. Next one, please.
Thank you. A question from AFP. There have been reports today of a bombing attack in southwest Pakistan that killed.
今天在巴基斯坦西南部发生了一次袭击，有10几个人受伤。中方是否了解有没有中国公民在此次事件中伤亡？
China noted relevant report. We express strong condemnation to the attack. As far as we know, this incident does not bear on Chinese netizens. Next one, please. Any other questions? Any other questions? If no, that will be the end of today's press conference. Wish you a good weekend.